It's week 4 of the 2026 season. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Panthers and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. Breaks through the contact, and he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
The numbers for him from a week ago, and you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You look at this Browns defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is incomplete. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be let out by their rookie quarterback.
And when you watch young men come into the league, you know they're not going to continue to be the same quarterback they were in college. You expect to see improvement, but you do see many of the same attributes. This guy, even as a rookie, a lot of poise, understanding the offense. He's fully in control out there. To me, he has the makings of a real field general type of a player, someone who doesn't get rattled when the pressure's on.
And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. He'll look to throw. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll lead here to a third down. Back to throw here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. First carry for Nick Chubb. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Carolina offense about ready to go. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 2 yards to go, second down. Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Panther football to start quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. They'll set up a throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. First target, first catch, and a first down. The Browns at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Get in the end zone, fellas. All right, now, let's get in that end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll fire deep, looking for more. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
There he goes left side.
He may go.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. 72 yards.
And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, Did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This from 36 yards out. Patterson's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. Looking to throw.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. This is the National Football League. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4.
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Nick Chubb stops short, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
Got a man. That's Liggett.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Back to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. They'll look to throw.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Over the middle, he's got Shenault.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were booing Charles by a big second half to put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Browns, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.